What's good, man? It's your boy Big L with another quick burst on the forum. Uh, Everybody and their mama knows about Eric Garner, how he was choked to death by the Staten Island police, who antagonized the situation and murdered this brother, put him in an illegal chokehold, and killed him. If you watch the video, you can hear him continuously saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe." They killed him. There's no other way of dressing it up. Now we know police brutality has been on the rise within the black community for years. We know it's a deliberate intent to kill us, to wipe us out. No matter how many different ways you try to dress it up and try to explain it and make it feel different, or try to make people feel comfortable about it, they're killing us at a all-time high, and they're getting away with it. When they murdered Eric Garner, the police officers weren't suspended, they weren't fired, their guns and badge was taken, and they were given death duty. That's it. So today it came out today that the medical examiner in New York has determined that Eric Garner's death was a homicide. Now we knew by watching the video that it was a homicide. We knew it was. There's no doubt in our minds. Now that it's officially been deemed as a homicide, why is these cops not in jail? Why are they not in jail yet? Why haven't they been arrested? Why, the moment that report came out, they should have been arrested. They should have been thrown in jail. The moment, because now there's proof that they killed this man. They should be placed in jail, no question about it. Now here's the interesting thing. Whenever you see Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson pop on the scene, for all the quote-unquote good these dudes have done, and that's debatable, whenever they come on the scene, they have a way of quelching the anger and frustration. Now, before you get upset, anger and frustration is not a bad thing when you're being killed. When people are killing you and wiping you out, you should be angry. You should be hostile. You should be frustrated. You should be ready to hurt somebody. Now, whether or not you do it or not is completely different, but you should be ready to. And in this situation, whenever Al and Jesse show up, they usually tamper things down, and they don't let things build to the crescendo that it needs to build to. Instead of you coming through and telling folk to be quiet and let justice work, how about you say, we're going to demand justice, we're going to take justice, and this is what we're going to do. Because the police association, they came out, the PBA, they came out, and these are the folk who back police officers. They came out and actually had a quote that was just bananas. Let me get it, because I got my Kindle. Let me read it for y'all, because I found it absolutely disgusting, for lack of a better word, how in the quote these dudes actually continue to blame Eric Garner. And these guys are called a Patrolmen's Benevolent Association. And this is how the media slants things. Because the media came out, and this is the New York Daily News, another biased media outlet, who are pro-NYPD, so it's going to be a slant. And this is what they respond and what they say here. Okay? They said, I'm trying to get the right quote because I don't want nobody to say that I'm saying the wrong thing here. The Patrolmen's Benevolent Association. The president states, here it is, hold on, because the way it's worded in such a manner where they blame Eric Garner. Meanwhile, the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association expresses condolences, but said Garner was partly to blame for his demise. Peep the wording, okay? We believe, quote, however, that if he had not resisted the lawful order of the police officers placing him under arrest, he would not be dead. And everybody's always yelling about good cops and there's good cops out there and all that. Where are the good cops at right now in this situation? How come they're silent? Now you might have a couple, but what is going on with this situation? Here it is again, because I don't think you heard it. Meanwhile, the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association expressed condolences, but said Garner was partly to blame for his demise. And they're blaming him not for him being murdered, for his demise. We believe, however, that if he had not resisted the lawful order of police officers placing him under arrest, this tragedy would not have occurred. We believe, however, that if he had not resisted the lawful order of police officers placing him on... No, I ain't even reading that nonsense no damn more. How about this? If you guys wouldn't have placed him in an illegal chokehold, he wouldn't be dead. If you wouldn't have placed him in an illegal chokehold, he'd still be alive. They killed this man. Now the question is, what justice are we looking for? But see, because this is bigger than just simply Eric Garner having his life taken. This is a perpetual sign, a symbol of what they've been doing to black males, black women, and black children, to blacks in general, for generation after generation after generation. So this justice that we're looking for is bigger than simply for Eric Garner. Now I hate that his death has to be or should be the catalyst for something bigger, but I think if something good's going to come out of his death, we must rally around his family, the situation, demand justice for police brutality. Now, black folks, we got to come up with some way to begin to police our own neighborhoods, police our own selves, our own communities, because we cannot trust the police department, whether it be Coatesville PD, NYPD, Philly PD, LAPD. We cannot trust the police department. We have to come up with something better and more effective. And the answer and solution to that is to begin to police ourselves. We got to train our kids and teach our kids how to respond to a simple police inquiry. When we get stopped by the police, how do you respond? What do you say? And the way a black person responds is completely different than the way a white person responds. Completely different. But I'm absolutely disgusted by the fact that they're trying to continue to propagandize by painting this picture through the media that it was Eric Garner's responsibility and or his fault that he was killed, instead of standing up and say, hey, these cops, our brothers in blue, were wrong. Black folk, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. They are trying to wipe us out. Wake up. This is your boy Big L on the forum. We love you. Continue to stay woke. And for you guys who are still sleeping, wake up.